So if you just keep losing in trading, have you ever asked yourself, what is the market trying to teach me? Have you ever asked yourself, why does this keep happening? And am I just doing the same action over and over, the same cycle over and over, or am I actually doing something different? So let's say you make some profits. Then you feel like the market is taking too long and you don't get as many setups that you want. And then eventually you get something and you lose and you get frustrated. And then eventually somehow you end up losing more. And then you're back at where you started or in drawdown. And you feel like it has gone a month and you don't see any progress. So what is the market trying to teach you here? The market is probably trying to teach you two things. The first one is that you have unrealistic expectations of how quickly you're going to make profits in the market. The second one is that there's probably something you don't understand about the market. You probably should keep educating yourself and always learning something new, always learning more. And you may just don't understand the market properly. And the thing is, if you always feel like you're losing, then you have to ask yourself, what am I doing wrong technically here? Because people think it's just about psychology, but let's just be honest. If you just lose all the time, then obviously you're going to get frustrated. And I don't trust willpower alone. I trust putting away the charts when you're done trading for the session and not looking at it again. Don't getting tempted. Because we all know when we should trade and when we shouldn't. And when you're done, I don't trust willpower. I trust putting away the charts and not looking at them for several hours. And most people watching this probably have a good enough strategy. But you have two options. If you feel like you get too few setups, simply educate yourself more, learn more. No trader is fully learned. Like, there's always more to learn. The market is always changing. And that's what people don't understand. They think their strategy is going to save them. Your strategy is just a tool for you to trade. It's not the answer. You always have to adapt to the market, and you always have to ask yourself, what should I do here? The market doesn't look the same all the time. But for most people who don't feel like they're at the point where they get like some crazy amount every single month and they feel like it's taking too long, it's going too slow, then my advice for you would be, think about how long you've already been trading. And think about your current knowledge. If you would just let it take whatever time it needs to take, let's say you're only able to get 2% per month. Then I would suggest you just get 2% per month. And whatever challenge you're doing, then it would take 8 months for you to pass the challenge, let's say, by getting 2% per month. Yeah, that's a long time to pass a challenge, but just take one challenge or whatever challenge and just try to, whatever time it needs to take, just let it take that time, because if that's the best you can do, that's better than nothing. And eventually, if you pass, then you can ask yourself, if you're on a 100K account funded, even 2% per month is money in trading. But I promise you, if you do that and you educate yourself as well, you will become a better trader, and you will sooner or later, achieve more than 2% per month. It's just a matter of time. But if you keep doing this cycle of being frustrated, trying to do everything in the market at once, you actually don't learn anything. Because it's almost impossible to learn anything under stress, under pressure. That's why you should just trade when you're certain. When you're not, just stay out of the market. If the market doesn't care about you. If the market isn't presenting any good opportunities, you don't want to participate. Then you want to close the charts and focus on something else. Either something else productive or just enjoying your life. Because people think that in order to enjoy your life, you need to achieve this and this in trading or whatever, but that's not true. Like, a lot of things in life are free. You can do whatever you wanted to do when you're profitable. You can do them now. And if you're like, oh, but I want to drive a sports car, like, that's just stupid. Like, you don't need that to enjoy your life. That's just a bonus. And you could even rent a sports car, like, if you really want that experience. Like, it's not that the market shouldn't hold the keys to your happiness. You can't think, I need to be happy when I make it in trading, because when you make it in trading, you still have to work really hard in order to sustain that success. And you still need to continuously educate yourself. So there is no end to this. So if you want to enjoy yourself, just do it now. Like, it's not like you're going to enjoy yourself when you make it in trading, because at that point, you will feel even more stressed because you manage so many accounts, so much capital, and you're not willing to lose that or give that up. So you're going to feel even more stressed and probably think that you have to work even harder than you do now. So just enjoy yourself or do something productive, but don't spend any more energy or time on the market. And the market is all, like, even if you're not profitable now, you can think about what the market has taught you. Because let's say you would become, like, if you would make it in another field than trading, maybe an area where you don't have to work so much on yourself or develop yourself that much, then you would make it, but you wouldn't learn anything. Because a lot of people in other fields, they always have to work for money. But as a trader, you don't need to work for it. You need to make decisions that obviously will lead to profits over time, but you don't look at income or money the same way. And that's interesting, but obviously it's going to be harder. So you have to understand how hard this journey is, but also how much you can develop yourself. So the market is either going to break you completely, or you just do the hard stuff, which is going to feel really hard, really frustrating, and that's pretty much it. Like, you deep down know what you should do and what you shouldn't do, but you still keep doing it. But the thing is, for your brain to actually accept this, you have to like convince your brain that you're doing this for some reason. You can't just say, I need to stay, like, I need to stay disciplined. You have to do it for some reason. Like, your brain has to think that you're achieving something, right? So that it's up to you the kind of story you tell yourself. Like, let's say you see a lot of people make it in trading, driving fast cars, like living this lifestyle. Then you can think about, like, you could tell yourself a story that you're the person that also makes it, but you make it more slowly. And it's a cool journey. Like, it's a fun journey. Like, you're building this up and you're also making progress, and you can kind of laugh at the journey. Like, when you're in drawdown, when things doesn't work out, then it's a more fun journey than just making it, like, quick. Because when you're going to look back at this area of your, like, this period of your life, you're not going to think that much about the result. You're going to think more about the journey. And let's say you were really old now and you look back, would you think about like, would you feel stressed about the profit? Because either you make it or you don't. But like, if you do everything right, that's without, like, that's not within your control. Either you make it or you don't make it. But it's more fun to just think about, okay, you're feeling this enormous pressure, but that also means that you have a lot of opportunity, because without, as you know, in the market, without volatility, there is no trade. Like, it has to be some sort of volatility, and it's the same in your life. Without a lot of pressure, there is no opportunities either. That means, if, like, think about when you lived your life and things were really smooth, no pressure, like, you probably enjoyed your life, but it can't stay that way, because there would be no opportunities for you either to develop, to reach some new level, and that's it. For me, I had a period of time in my life when I was studying. It was kind of, I wasn't day trading. I was doing stocks kind of, but I wasn't day trading yet. So I didn't start this journey. It was right before this journey. And I was mostly like going to class, and then I was like having fun, hanging out with friends, playing video games like Warzone, having a lot of fun, going to the gym, and my life was pretty stress-free and really enjoyable. But there was no opportunities either. Like, I didn't reach for anything special. Like, obviously I did what I had to do, like going to school and stuff, but and the gym, but like, I wasn't really trying to reach something incredible at that time of my life. But as soon as the pressure increases, the opportunities increase as well. But you kind of have to zoom out of the whole situation and look at yourself from third person and think, okay, we have this day trader who is trying to make millions of dollars in the market, and he is really hard on himself, and he takes everything really personally about the market. But he doesn't realize that this is one of the hardest areas, like markets in the world, to compete in. And like, obviously it's not fun to lose, even if it's like not money involved. If you play a game, a video game, this is what happens in the market when you try to like take a position. There's some unexpected stuff happens that you can't control, and it's the same in life as well. I try to record this video and we have something unexpected. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stop this recording and I'm gonna continue recording another place. So I avoided that distraction and I can continue with what I was doing. So this is the same in trading. Let's say you're going to trade and you have some unexpected move or something that obviously disturbs what you're doing. Then just avoid that completely. Just don't think that you have to deal with that. Just avoid it, push it away, close the trade, don't trade, whatever. Just don't care. Just be like, that wasn't part of the plan. Now I have to adjust because this unexpected event happened, and then I continue with what I was doing. Maybe I have to skip the trade for that day. I don't care. So for your mind to comprehend how to become profitable, you have to understand that the first step to become profitable is to avoid a lot of bad stuff. And it seems counterintuitive, but you have to completely avoid trading when you shouldn't. And you have to be more selective. Let's say this week, let's say if I'm technically able to just make 1%, then that's still profitability. And people are so hard on themselves and they think that, but 1% on a challenge is nothing. And that's true. 1% on a challenge is nothing. You have to make 14% more. But 1% on a 100K funded account is something. Yes, maybe not enough for you to have that as your only income source, but it's still something. And if you continue to develop yourself, then sooner or later you're going to make more than that 1% as well. But if you're currently unprofitable, then that 1% should be a lot to you. And that's how you need to do it. no one goes from unprofitable to 10% a month. That's not how this works. So you need to take it one step at a time and build trust and belief in yourself. And I'm saying this again, don't take everything in trading personally. Don't think that you're a failure if you're not getting profitable as soon as you want, or if you don't make as much as you want, because you don't control the markets. And we all know that a lot of days, a lot of sessions, the market is just unreasonable and it's almost impossible to have a good trade that session consistently, repeatably. And that's just how this game works. And you can't be that hard on yourself if conditions in the market are bad. Then you just have to close the trade or not trade at all and wait for the next opportunity. And the thing is, trading doesn't take the whole day. You shouldn't only focus on trading in your life either. If you're only focusing on trading, either you have to be really good and know that you're able to make like 10% a month or something. But if you're not, then you probably don't spend the whole day trading, watching trading content and backtesting. You probably have time to do something else. Like, you should probably max be spending 4 hours. Like, I don't see how it would be necessary to spend more than 4 hours, and a lot of days you can spend way less than that. And you still have time to do other stuff. That means maybe one day trading will be your only income, but you have to be patient and you have to think that it's a long journey. Maybe one day you just go into the charts and it becomes really easy for you and you can make like a monthly salary in that one trade, but you can't focus on that result because it's a long journey still, and you have to enjoy the process and be like, you know what, I'm going to set myself attainable goals, and then the next goal, and then the next goal. So if you're currently unprofitable, just be like, let's make 3% this month. And then you keep doing that. And I don't care how long it takes, but eventually you will pass those challenges. And then you keep making 3% a month. That could be $3,000 per month. If you're able to do that, then you will be able to do more as well. And the thing with trading is that you don't see the progress, but you're still making progress. You're learning something new every single day, but the progress is going to come suddenly out of nowhere, but you've been building the foundation for so long, so when it comes, it's going to feel almost unreal. And some months are going to be really good in the market, some months are going to be bad. Most people can't handle all that waiting, all that bad price action, and they completely lose it and blow the account even before the good months. If you're interested in how I trade live, my live daily market analysis, there's a Discord link in the bio where I every single day give my live market analysis, and I tell you if it's a high probability day or a low probability day, and I try to help people out as much as possible and teach them how you can actually use mass psychology against the market and how to identify when the market is trapping someone and how you can exploit that trap, and you know who's the next victim and you can place your TP at their stop losses. My suggestion to you is don't be too focused on, don't have any expectation going into the market. If the market, like, you should be able to go break even every single month. Some months obviously you make less, but your only expectation for that month should be going break even. That means you're focusing on keeping your capital. That's it. And if the market gives you something good, then you capitalize on that, but you can't expect it. Like, be surprised when you get something good, but the main focus should be protecting your capital. You have to ask yourself, was I able to protect my capital today? And the market does this every single day. It throws out temptations. That could be like yesterday. we had a temptation before New York session in EURUSD, and a lot of people tried to target sell side liquidity, session lows. Both London and Asia low was lined up perfectly, and they made people tempted to take that trade, to think that that was an easy scalp. And then what did they do? They just sent price completely the opposite direction quickly. And why was this a trap? Because it was outside the session. That's the number one thing. Don't trade outside of sessions. And secondly, it wasn't a good trade with a good risk reward. It was just chasing the market. That means you should wait for the session. You should wait for everything to reset. You should wait for them to sweep the liquidity and take people out. And then you should look for something. That's it. And I'm sure all of you watching this, you have some sort of strategy that you know works for you. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to work all the time, but you have some sort of strategy that works for you. Just keep using that strategy and ignore most other days, most other sessions, and continuously develop yourself so that you're ready to become a better trader. But use that strategy you have and use it to the best of your ability and stay disciplined, and you're going to make 3% per month. And the next 10 years, you're going to make way more. That's it. Good luck.